Hey, long time no see, guys. Nate Asher here. I know I haven't been on here in a while, so I hope you guys had a great Christmas and New Year's. And I had to redo my website because the theme for the WordPress and stuff like that, like the one I was using, wouldn't update, and then every theme that I tried to download like kept screwing up, and one like gave me a virus. And so, like, if you go to my website, it looks really different, and it's still, pretty um, empty. I thought today I'd do a video about 10 ways that you can make sure that you stick with your New Year's resolution, meet your goals. And a lot of people, if either they forget about them or they just lose the willpower or something. But alright, let's get started. Number one is know what you want to accomplish. And that may seem simple, but I mean know exactly what you want to accomplish, because the more general your resolution is, the easier it's going to be to slack off. So come up with a specific goal that you want to do and make it as specific as possible, so you have a clear idea in your mind what you're wanting to go for, and that's going to make it easier to keep that. Number two is know why you want to meet this goal. Are you doing it for the right reasons? Ask yourself, if I wasn't getting treated the way that I'm getting treated by whoever, would I still want this? Make sure you're doing it for yourself, because it's not worth wasting so much of your time trying to please other people. I mean, especially if it's something that, like, you don't really, it doesn't even bother you. Like, you might be like a little overweight, but you don't feel like it's anything to worry about. But like, someone else might make you feel like dirt if you're not as thin as a broomstick or something. Like the whole like stupid thigh gap thing that I like hear about. Like, I think thigh gaps are gross. So no offense if you have a thigh gap. Especially like if you can't help it, I'm not, that's not your fault. But like, if you're like killing yourself just so you have like a gap between your legs, you shouldn't be wasting your time doing that. And you shouldn't care or waste your emotional energy trying to please other people if you're happy with who you are. Make sure that whatever you resolve to do this year is for you, and it's going to make you feel better about yourself. Number three, is it possible? Is it realistic? Is it attainable? Because if you set this unrealistic goal that is impossible to meet, then you're just going to get discouraged with yourself, because you're never going to live up to that, and you're going to like fail before you even start. And when I say is it possible, I don't mean like is it possible for you. Like, don't ever sell yourself short. Like, if anyone can do it, then you can do it. You just have to want to do it bad enough. So don't think like, oh well, someone could do that but not me. Like, if it's possible for a human being to do it, then you can do it. Obviously, if you are just starting out with whatever it is, then you are going to want to, ease into it, and I'll get to that a little bit later. But don't sell yourself short, but don't bite off more than you can chew. Number four, ask yourself, how bad do I want this? There's a story, I'm sure you've heard of it. There's this young guy, he wants to be rich, and he goes to this guru, and he's like, I want to be on the same level that you're on. And the guru's like, if you want to be on the same level that I'm on, meet me tomorrow at the beach. So he meets him at the beach, and the guru's like, walk out into the water. So he's like, okay. So he walks out waist deep, and he's like, the guru says, walk a little further. So he's like, this guy's crazy, like, I'm just walking under the beach, I'm wasting my time. Walks a little further. He was up shoulder deep, and he's like, the guru's like, walk a little further. So he walks a little bit, he's up to his mouth. The guru's like, walk a little bit further. This guy's like, man, this guy's crazy, you know, like, I came here to learn how to be rich. So he keeps going out, and the guru dunks his head underwater. And he's struggling, he's clawing, and he's splashing. And just before he passes out, the guru lifts his head up, and he says, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And you might think that that's extreme for a New Year's resolution, but I don't think it is. I feel like if you're gonna spend any amount of your time, your precious, like, short time on Earth, doing anything, you should want it that bad. Everything that I do, I want it that bad. I go days without sleeping, literally. Like, I work on stuff 3-4 days in a row and don't sleep. I forget to eat. Ask yourself if it's worth your time. Your New Year's resolution should be something that you want more than anything, and you should go after it. You don't have to complete it in a year. You just have to start this year. Number 5 is set a date. Set a definite time where you want to have accomplished whatever it is that you're setting out to do. It could be less than a year. It doesn't have to be a full year, and you know, if you want, you can have like a backup goal to work on if you do finish before the year's over. It could be more than a year. You know, you could be like, well, this is a really long-term goal. I want to do like this part of it this year. You know, like just take it one step at a time. But set a date so that you are held accountable. Because if you just say, I want to do it sometime, then you're just going to keep putting it off. Just like if you're not clear about what your goal is. So you need to be clear about what your goal is, and you need to be clear about when you want to have completed this goal. Number 6, a lot of people kind of discourage themselves by making these big long-term plans and with like a whole bunch of steps and like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, and it's just overwhelming, and they're like, I'm never gonna be able to do it, and then they just give up. They're like, it's too much work. Don't do that to yourself, okay? It's not, for one, it's not worth it, and for two, you don't know what your next step is gonna be, okay? So all you need to worry about is the step that you're on. It's like if you're driving in a blizzard and your headlights are only showing, you know, a few, like maybe like 100 feet or less in front of you. You can't see past that, but you don't need to. All you need to see is the next 100 feet. That's all that you need. So just think of what is something I can do right now to help me achieve this goal, and then do that. And then once you do that, like, okay, what else can I do? And just keep adding to it. Don't try and like come up with it all right off the bat, because it's gonna get overwhelming. You know, just one step at a time. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You know, you don't set out to, like Will Smith said, you don't set out to build a wall. You say, I'm going to lay this brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid, and you just keep doing that, and soon you have a wall. Look one step ahead of you, and that's all you need to know. Number 7 is change your routine. You might not think that it matters that much, but your routine has a lot to do with your habits, and you can't change a bad habit and then still live your life in the same routine, which for one you shouldn't want to. I mean, you should like want to, you know, mix it up and have some spice to your life, but you know, if you're doing the same thing every day, then common sense tells you that you're going to make the same mistakes you've been making. It doesn't have to be big as long as you are getting out of your like rut. So switch up your routine a little bit. Have fun with it. Number 8 is set up some like little sticky notes, or like little like positive like affirmations, or like just things to like keep you going. You know, like put them in your bedroom, or like where you can see them as soon as you wake up, or put them around your house where you're going to see them, like in the bathroom, or put them in your office. Anything positive that's going to like make you happy, because if you're happy, then you're going to be able to tackle your goals with much more enthusiasm and preparedness. And don't write stuff like, you know, I'm going to lose weight. Write it as if you've already done it. You know, say like, I love feeling confident and healthy. You know, like I love the way that I look. I love how I feel. Imagine like how you'd feel once you finally get there, and then read those and like say them out loud to yourself when you see them, and like smile when you see them. Don't wonder if it's gonna happen, because you can do it, and you're gonna do it. Number 9, every night before you go to sleep, probably like around midnight, or I don't know when you go to sleep, maybe earlier than that, maybe later than that, I don't know. If you're like me, you don't go to sleep. But every night, like, make a list of what you accomplished today, and, you know, small things count. Nothing's too small. If you wanted a candy bar really bad, and you drank a glass of water because, you know, you heard that, you know, if you're hungry, sometimes you just might have an empty stomach, and if you just drink a full glass of water, it gets rid of your hunger. So, you know, you could write down, like, I really wanted a candy bar, but I drank a glass of water, and I wasn't hungry for it anymore. I mean, it's a small thing, but, I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, be happy for yourself. Smile, you know, feel good about yourself. And, you know, if you messed up, if you forgot or something, that's alright. At least you're remembering. So you could say, I didn't do as well as I wish I would have, but now I know what circumstances lead to this bad habit that I'm wanting to break, so that I don't even have to, like, get myself in that situation to begin with. And finally, number 10, never give up. If you're like me, I never give up just because I'm scared to death that, like, you know, I know that as soon as I give up, I would have finally got it the next time, and I would hate myself forever if I knew that I gave up right before I finally did it. You know, I wrote a short story a couple weeks ago. The story goes, there was a man that was trapped in a series of underground tunnels and caves, and it was pitch black, and he couldn't see anything, and he's stumbling and feeling around, and he can't see where he's going, and he's trying to find his way to freedom for what feels like forever. And then finally, he just gives up. I've been climbing through these tunnels for what seems like days, weeks. I give up. I'm dead. I'm a dead man. And he lays down and he dies. And they found him at the mouth of the tunnel that would have led to his freedom. And I feel like there are a lot of people in life that they give up, and if we could see where they'd finally make it, I guarantee you there'd be an astounding number of people. It opened too many wrong doors, and they gave up right in front of the right door. I bet we would be shocked at how many people we find in that situation. So never give up, because for all you know, next time you try is going to be your breakthrough, and you'll hate yourself forever if you give up right before you finally make it after all your hard work. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'm sorry I haven't been on here to make videos. I've just been trying to do all this other stuff, but I know, like, I've been having to get back on here, so I'm going to have to do better about that. And good luck with your New Year's resolutions, guys. I really want to know how these tips helped you and how, you know, you do. I want to come up with some way that, you know, you can reach out to me and let me know how things are going, and, you know, if you need someone to talk to about it, or if, you know, you need kind of like a pep talk or something, you know, like I want to be able to help you with that. So, you know, like don't get discouraged, and don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it, because, you know, like I've been there and people tell me like all the time that I can't do what I want to do, but I'm gonna prove them wrong, and so are you. So I'm Nate J. Asher. Make 2016 a great year, guys. This year, do what you want to do.